Hey, welcome fellow pagans and occultists to another episode of A Pagan Sanctuary, where all things pagan and Titan are discussed and possibly revealed. Thank you to everyone who has watched my previous videos. I really hope you enjoyed them. If you enjoyed these videos, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below and hit the notification bell to be sure you can be notified of all new postings. Also, if you enjoyed this video or have comments or questions to anything covered, please feel free to mention it in the comment section below and I will make every effort to get back to you. So, now on to today's video, which I really hope you enjoy. Hey, welcome to part 4 of the Arcane Titans, Hidden Origin and Return from Fen Liath. This chapter is called The Exile of Gloristria. So let's get started. After the birth of the Arcane Titan twins, Uranus and Gloristria gave life spark to the cosmic bodies they had previously formed. As giving life spark while manifesting and maintaining a physical form requires a lot of energy use, Uranus and Gloristria created items of sustained power to aid them in their endeavors without draining their own energy. Eventually, Uranus viewed Gloristria as a threat to his power, for she was his equal, and he wanted to rule the multiverse himself. Uranus decided that he no longer needed Gloristria's aid or power now that he possessed multiple items that augmented, focused, and sustained his power without diminishing his own energy. Uranus contrived a plan to ensure sole rulership of the multiverse. He knew that Gloristria was equally as powerful as he was, so the notion of declaring rulership by force was immediately dismissed, for he also knew that he could never bring himself to kill his sister. Instead, Uranus tricked Gloristria into manifesting a physical, or mortal, form upon a mountain on the planet Volmir, where he devised incantations and barrier spells that would contain her without causing her harm but preventing her from escaping. As soon as Gloristria was trapped by the containment, Uranus stripped her of most of her power and items of power to ensure that she could not escape. Thus began the exile of Gloristria on Volmir, where she chronicled the existence of Glistrin and Norknon. Though she was unable to leave the mountain of her exile, part of her essence existed within the Arcane Titan twins. Therefore, by concentrating on them, Gloristria knew their every thought, spoken word, deed, and experience. She recorded everything pertaining to the twins, all the while unable to communicate with them, even though she could see and hear them. With Gloristria in exile, the physical, spirit, and soul realms were ruled by Uranus. Even though he married Glistria and sired offspring throughout the multiverse, he created every kind of species, quite often experimenting in his creations. So it is that Uranus came to be known as Father of All. Okay, let's unpack this a little bit here. As you can see, this is basically the start of what we would call corruption now. When you have just one person who's power hungry and wants the whole thing for himself, where Uranus gets rid of Gloristria, his wife, and so that she's not an equal ruler, he wants to rule it all by himself. So we know what happens when one person has total control over everything, and it doesn't turn out well, as we can see. But it started from the beginning of time with Uranus. He wanted it all. There's really not a whole lot going on here other than the fact that, they made little items. I don't know if you follow the Harry Potter thing, the Horcruxes, to store power of themselves and energy so that they don't expend it all in their processes of doing things. They have, power in reserve in case they get, injured or something like that. They can break one of those Horcruxes or items to restore that power back to themselves. And Uranus and Gloristria both did this, where Uranus kind of banishes Gloristria on the planet of Volmir, and he wasn't real smart about that when he did it, is for what we can read here. He just put her into a barrier, took, her power items away and stripped her of most of her power, but he didn't block her off completely from knowing what goes on in the multiverse and with Glistrin and Norknon. And she can see everything, she can hear everything, she knows what's going on. And he really should have, if he was going to banish her like that, I would think he would have, isolated her completely. But that probably would have caused her to go mad, and that would have turned out really bad, I think, in the end. But he only, stuck her away on Volmir and blocked her so she couldn't get away, and he didn't do a complete job, in my opinion. But what's your opinion? Write it down there in the comment section, and maybe we can have an open discussion about it. And after he gets rid of Gloristria, he goes and marries, or gets together with Glistra, which is technically Gloristria's sister. It's Glistrin and Norknon's mother. And there he goes on to copulate and populate the multiverse with every species, humanoid species, animal species, plants, insects, all that kind of stuff. He just goes about creating all of that to basically jumpstart life. And he did a pretty good job, I think. Humans turned out pretty good, and some of the other species that are out there, they turned out pretty good, and everything I think worked out pretty good. So, well, here we end this chapter, and leave some comments down there. Maybe we can get some kind of a back and forth discussion going about this, and maybe I can give you a little bit more information, answer some of your questions, and if I can't, then I will be sure to get a hold of Finn and get the answers from him, and because this is a reading of his book, so we'll get his perspective on it, but gotta leave those comments down there for me. So hey, this ends this chapter, and take care. Well, that does it for this episode. Thank you to everyone who has watched this video. I hope you enjoyed it and was able to take something away from it. If you did enjoy this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below and hit the notification bell to be sure you can be notified of all new postings. If you have questions or comments to anything covered in this video, please feel free to mention it in the comment section below, and I will make every effort to get back to you. Stay well, be blessed.